Olivia? Ready, Kevin? They begin.
Bob is an athletic high school student who has third lunch and doesn't eat until 12:30. He sits through 2.5 classes before he can rush to get lunch only to find out what is being served that day. He gets his tray of food, and on that tray are 3 chicken nuggets with no sodium, a small cup of fruit, 5 carrots, and a small carton of milk. Obviously, this isn't enough to get Bob through the entire day. So, after school, he heads up to the locker room where he eats 5 fruit roll-ups, which are packed with sugars. Then when he gets home, he grabs a bag of chips and eats the entire bag in one sitting. He does this every day of the week. Even though this is a hypothetical story, the problem of school lunches being so healthy that it is becoming unhealthy is completely relevant to our society today. The problem is school lunches are so healthy that it's becoming unhealthy. According to Bridget S. Chetler and School Lunch Rules, Bad Side Effects, published October 4, 2012, kids aren't getting fed enough, so they're feeding themselves. Kids are flooding to fast food restaurants and quick stops, hitting vending machines hard, and carrying less than healthy choices in their backpacks because they are so desperate. Also stated by Bridget, calorie counts are needed to be lower, so that concludes the smaller portions of food. In a letter to the newspaper in New York, Dave Hummel writes, "Letter, School's not serving enough food to kids," published September 6, 2014. In this letter, he talks about his child coming home from school and saying that he got 3 chicken nuggets and a small teaspoon of rice for lunch. That's it. Even though this new food plan is costing schools much more money, the kids don't even enjoy it. As cited in Healthier School Lunches Don't Go Over Well in Some TN Middle Schools, published September 3, 2013, many kids would say it's gross, which is them referring to what their school offers for lunch. Another cited article, Schools Grumble About Change, as School Lunches Get Leaner and Greener, published September 28, 2012. Kids talk about how it's initially less food, but others are offered. Kids say that they get less of the main meal, like chicken or a burger, but there is a salad bar with vegetables and fruits offered so that kids can get more if they desire it. I think that letting kids leave school for lunch would be a good idea for most schools. Some people would say that it's unsafe to let the high schoolers leave school for lunch, but I think that it would satisfy the children and it would be their responsibility to get back to school. This would maybe only be a privilege for upperclassmen like juniors and seniors to start off with. The side effects of these healthier school lunches are horrible in many schools. Not only are kids not getting fed enough, but some schools are actually losing money with this program. As cited by Ed Bertsky in How Much Food Do Kids Throw Away at School, published February 22, 2011, kids throw away about 12% of the total calorie count on their trays, and some schools reported 37% of their calories being thrown away. Most of the items thrown away are usually uneaten vegetables and fruits. Studies have been in process to determine who throws away food and why. Girls usually throw away more food than boys, and younger kids throw away more than older, also proven by Ed. It is said that a value of wasted food is around $1 billion annually. We need to start letting kids have more open choices on what they're eating. Yes, we want to stop obesity, but it has gotten to a much farther point than stopping it. We need to either bump up the calories of portions of foods that they're eating, or offer more choices so that they can be satisfied. Another choice would be letting kids leave school leave campus for lunch. I know of many schools that let kids leave for lunch, and personally, I think it works out well for those. Bringing their own lunch is another choice, but that's just another hassle for them. Bringing a lunch is probably more expensive for that family, but sometimes it's the only choice. It's also not beneficial for the schools themselves, because they're actually losing money by not selling those lunches to the kids. Plus, it's obvious that kids are going to bring unhealthy foods if they're bringing their own. Things will get better if we take a stand in our school lunches, and they will get worse if we just leave it alone. Parents would be more satisfied if their kids were getting fed well. I do think that some parents worry about what their kids are going to eat that day. Parents would have more respect for the schools if they fed their children more, and the child would actually be able to focus in school and not worry about what noise their stomach is making. Kids would work harder in school. Not only is a noisy stomach distracting to that person, but it's also distracting to their classmates. Kids would generally be happier and focus more in class if they were fed more. We can all come together to make this necessary action become reality. You can contact the main person in charge of these school lunches yourself, Michelle Obama. You can call her at 1-202-456-1111. Just tell her how you really feel about these school lunches and how you personally think they could be improved. Working together, we can make an end to hungry children and fill them up.